used to own this town. Now it's all turned upside down. I wish I could figure out. Do you think?
Whoa! Oh my gosh! I'm so scared.
I know, what a spectacular opening that was. As you fans of the Crept from the 80s know, it is Halloween time! And as we've done the last, how many years we've been doing Crept from the 80s, we've had the Halloween-themed episodes. I don't know. And so, yeah, so this month, October, we will be doing a series of Halloween-themed episodes, or spooky episodes, horror episodes, if you will. Now, as you know, your lovely, lovable, adorable host, Crispin Sievich, is a huge horror fan. I love me some horror. I grew up with horror, so it's 24/7 around here. So yeah. So you know, while I do love Halloween and the feeling and the fall and all that stuff, the smells and the sights and everything, I don't go cuckoo for it like a lot of other people do, because I just feel like, well, I wrap myself in horror all the time. I watch the stuff. I make the stuff. I'm always in it.
He bleeds it.
Yeah. But there is something special about Halloween. That is why it is my second favorite holiday of all time. But we like to do, we like to have fun around here.
Always.
When the midnight hour is close at hand.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, spook some ups and so this is another episode of spooky Crept from the 80s, and today it isn't an 80s property that we're going to be talking about, and it'll be like that throughout the series, of course, and we keep sort of warning all of you that we are going to do a Crept from the 90s at some point, because we have a lot to say, a lot to talk about that decade.
Gotta do it.
And you know it's not my favorite, but there are some things that I love from the 90s, and we will talk about those things. This just happened to fit right in to the theme and the scheme of things.
Yeah.
Well, it is. It's a spooky, horror-themed comedy
for
show,
sure.
TV show.
Yeah.
That started in the late 90s, and Casey and I just happened to be big fans of this franchise, this property, this three season long television show called Big Wolf on Campus.
And we just lost the followers, all of them.
No, you know what's funny? When I put up a picture of us watching it for the Saturday morning sleepover, for the Halloween themed Saturday morning sleepover, the comments were, there was a lot.
Oh, I was doing some, I had to get back into it, so I was doing some research, and there is a fervent fan base for Big Wolf on Campus, and a lot of kids younger than us grew up with it in their child, including my wife. So, it was a Canadian show. It was shot in Montreal, and it made its way to Fox Family, I think, or...
Yeah, it was the Family Channel.
Yeah, Family Channel. And I don't even know, because again, Chris and I are older, I don't even know how we happened upon it, to be honest with you. Now that I'm thinking about it, I don't even know.
Yeah, we'll have some memories for sure.
Yeah.
Because there is stuff for us to talk about. But you are right. I'm not sure why it was stumbled upon.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I saw it first and then came over and we watched it. I can't remember. All I know is that if anyone was in on the Big Wolf train with me, it was Casey.
Well, the only one that was on that train.
Pretty much, yes.
Most of our friends do not know what we're talking about. And if we show it to them, well, they They enjoy it at the...
I think so.
It's
You know,
definitely
it's
better
funny.
than some other shit.
When I did show that episode,
Yeah.
Alec was here, and he goes, "Yo, is this Big Wolf on campus?" He's like, "My boy Merton!" And
So,
he
yeah,
knew,
I mean-
he totally knew, and he's like, "I love this show."
I think anyone who's like 10 years younger than us,
Yeah.
it is a known thing.
Yeah. It was
Possibly.
definitely,
Possibly.
you know, that was a kid show for them.
Yeah.
And I was in my
Late 30s.
20s. I was in my 20s when this show was on. But it appealed to me because of the theme, the taking the I was a teenage werewolf, the teen wolf thing,
Yep.
and putting it into this weird show. And the writing was it appealed to me. It was cheesy and it was kid friendly, but there was also some really devilish adult writing in there as well.
For sure. And the references they made were all adult references.
Oh yeah. I mean, there's not an
It's all
episode
the
where
horror-
they don't like name drop directors
Yes.
and movies
Yes.
and things like that.
Every single one.
Which also appealed to me. So it just, and I liked, for the most part, I liked the characters. I liked definitely Tommy Dawkins and Merton J. Dingle.
Yeah. They're the best.
And Tommy Dawkins gets bit by a wolf when he's out with his football bros out in the woods. Merton is a goth geek at the school who happens to be steeped in the lore of evil mythology.
Oh yeah. All the horror.
Knows all that good stuff.
Oh
and
my gosh.
rightfully so, when all this stuff is happening to Tommy, he goes to Merton and befriends Merton, basically, and they become best pals.
Best dudes, yeah.
And Merton helps him along this wolfy journey, this lycanthropic journey of solving crimes and fighting monsters and getting into hijinxery.
Yeah.
And it was just, it's just fun. It's just I don't know, man. It was something that just hit me, and obviously hit you in that sweet spot, because we kind of went, ape shit for it. We went wolf shit.
I think about it. It's got a Buffy thing to it. The monster of the week in high school. They make references to Buffy. It was like Muffy the werewolf slayer in an episode. And I'm a huge Buffy fan, so
yeah, we are both huge Buffy
I think
fans.
like that. I think that had something to do with it too.
Yeah, probably.
The Buffiness of it.
Probably.
But
I don't know. Like, yeah, I mean, I distinctly remember watching it with you.
and so this went on from like 99 to like 2002, I think.
Was it? I think it was 2001.
2001?
Yeah.
Because three seasons.
Yeah.
So like
I
99,
wanna
2000,
say
2000, 2001 to 2002 or something.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. It was 3 seasons, and it was a very interesting time for us on all fronts.
It's when we went to college together, man.
It was the college years.
It's the college year.
I did not. He was attending college, and I just kind of hijacked his college, his dorm room, and I hung out with him a lot.
Well, I didn't have a roommate for the first semester. So that first few months, Chris's hometown was like 15 minutes away from my college, I think. So I would say probably 4 days out of the week or 5 days out of the week you were there.
Yeah.
And I went to class. I don't know what you did. Watch Big Wolf. I don't know what the fuck you did, actually.
Yeah,
or you went across to Alfred U.
Yeah,
and hung out with people.
Talked to Lori or any of those guys, and
Sometimes, so
plant
here's
my seed.
A lot of people go and they think back on high school and how high school is like a beautiful time for them, and I don't care about high school. But I think about college sometimes, and I think about those times, and I'm just like, those were the days. Like, we've had a lot of other great times, for sure. And getting older, I mean, there's better things, you know, we have money and stuff like that, we can travel and blah, blah, blah. But when I think about that first year at Alfred, and, yeah, I don't know, we made a bunch of movies, we did a radio show, we were the kings of the campus. Even though you didn't go there?
Yeah, I did not go there. I was like 23, 24, 25, around
No,
that time.
I mean, no, I was 18.
No, me.
Well, you're not 25. Okay, so you're 4 years older, so you're 22. I was 18.
Wait, in 99?
Yeah.
In 99, but I'm talking about the years that I went to college.
Well, okay, so for like 4, but I'm saying that Alfred, I guess in UB, I guess you were just, he did follow me through college.
I did.
Yeah, you did.
Think about how many fucking movies we made.
No, I know, you're right. Yeah, like
Berserkers, everything.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. So during those times,
Great
we were
college
watching
years.
Big Wolf on camp.
We were watching Big Wolf, and
For college
we
career.
loved it so much that we created a site.
Yeah, we created GeoCities. Or
We
what
had
are
a website.
Those websites.
That was our tribute and devotion to Big Wolf on campus. And one of the things about it that was really fun and weird and unique, I guess, to this particular site was we were making our own like fan fiction.
Yeah.
We were creating new episodes, story arcs.
I wish we had those, man. Because they probably hilarious.
For the show. And of course they were like filthy and just wrong and offensive and disgusting and gross and violent and silly and weird.
Yeah.
Just really weird stuff. And I remember people would write to us saying that they saw the site.
Yeah.
And some people were like, this is hilarious and we love the show and this is something else. And then some people were really like not about it.
No.
And thought it was just disgusting and you know.
This was like when this is early times of the internet, right? So this is
yes, definitely.
AOL disk, you know, after disk to get free internet, and you know, when we got to college, it was like that T1 connection, and it was so fast. But I don't know, I can count on a hand how many like sites there were that we went. You know, maybe Ain't It Cool News, Dark Horizons,
porn,
I guess. You know,
yeah,
like
there
wasn't that many websites.
And we had a very young low budget pictures page.
Yeah.
And we had a Berserker page. And a Berserker was a comedy gang troupe that we kind of did, and we will talk about that at a different time, I'm sure. But
we'll talk about horror.
So, oh my gosh, I know. So we had these like dinky, silly sites, and I know our friend Jesse Green helped us a lot with the sites, and your friends would help us, and it was the infancy of like Napster and all that stuff, and we were putting music and ridiculous like shittily animated I guess GIFs.
Yeah.
But at the infancy of that, you know,
we definitely, that's one, you know, I don't look at many things in regret, but I do wish we would have realized what YouTube was now.
In 2004?
Whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I guess
When
I'm
it
just
started.
rolling in all these times together, but you know what I mean? Like, I wish we would have known, like, we should be putting up things, we should take all the tapes that you have, tons of tapes from that time, and started putting it out online at that time, because we'd probably be here in a studio at this time.
I don't know. I'd be canceled about 15 times over.
Oh, you think so?
Oh,
yeah, maybe.
come on.
Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, we were saints.
So, yeah, Big Wolf on Campus, people found the website, and and we just watched it, and we kept watching it, and I think they did reruns for it too.
Oh yeah. I mean, we really, really loved this show.
Yeah,
Like,
big
we
time.
really did. If you
Yeah.
think about, like, that chunk of time and everything that we were doing and how obsessed we were with Brandon Quinn
Yeah.
and Danny Smith, who plays the main characters. Danny Smith being Merton.
Who wrote the
and-
theme song and performed the theme
Yes,
song.
he did. And Brandon Quinn, who was Tommy Dawkins. And who later ended up on Entourage.
Does he?
Brandon Quinn, remember? He's
Oh.
he's Lloyd's boyfriend.
Oh, okay. Oh, man. Whew. I can't wait. I got to get back to that.
I know.
It's been a long time.
I know. So, yeah, but we did. So we were like, so when the show was over, we wanted a continuation. I probably wrote to the producers. I'm sure I wrote to the website of the official, you know, whatever family, and I was just like, oh my God, please, this show has to keep going, or
Yeah.
whatever, you know. But like a year or two later, we heard about this movie called Fizzy Business.
It wasn't that at first, though. That's the name that it ended up being.
Oh, it was called The Bail.
Yeah, it
right?
was the Bail. Yeah.
It was called The Bail, and then it got turned to Fizzy Business?
Yes.
Or was it Fizzy Business?
No,
and
no,
then it got
no.
turned to The Bail.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it was going to be a movie with Brendan Quinn and Danny Smith together again. Not those characters, but together again in this wacky, hijinksy movie where they create some soda that makes them dance or popular or whatever. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it was. And we spent years trying to get a hold of this movie. And I remember when we did, because you
I got
bought
it.
You
Oh,
bought
yeah, I
an
have it.
import of it.
Yeah.
And it was fucking terrible.
It was really bad. Yeah, it was a really horrible movie.
It was very bad. The magic was not there. And it really was Big Wolf. And we had our favorites. We knew certain episodes by heart. We had watched it over and over and over again. This was the time where I was still videotaping everything. So I was recording episodes so that we had them.
Yeah.
Each season, so it was, you
did.
6-7 tapes stacked high of season 1 or season 2 or whatever. And then I'd go over to Casey's and we'd watch, and
Never released.
to this day.
To this day,
it's
it has
never
not been
released.
released.
But so we both agreed that we didn't like. Do you remember what was her name in
Stacy.
Stacy in the first season?
Yeah. Who actually went on to a...
Yeah.
She's probably the biggest actress, or anybody, other than the cameos, she is the biggest.
Yeah,
from
she
the
went
show.
on and did a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she's still
but
acting.
we definitely didn't like her character.
No,
We didn't like her
face.
look. We didn't like the way she talked. We didn't like the way she walked. We were just like, who is this troglodyte who's hanging out with our homies?
Yeah.
And Tommy was all about. So we definitely did not like the Stacy character, and we were pleasantly surprised when she was nowhere to be found in season 2.
She went off to college.
Sure, but who was this lascivious, latrocious banquet for the eyes, Lori? This
Amy
character,
Castle.
Amy Castle.
Yeah.
Who from season 2 and season 3 became somebody that we fell in love with. She was far more perfect for Tommy. The dynamic was way awesome, and I mean, because she's kicking
a
ass.
badass.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was really integral to the group.
Yep.
And it became a threesome, a trifecta of ow Canadian lycanthropic comedy.
Oh, man.
And it really gelled. And those episodes, I would say season 2 and season 3, those seasons far surpassed season 1.
Yeah, for sure.
In I think everything. I think the writing, the directing,
The makeup.
The makeup. So in the first season, the first few episodes in the first season, he's in like an actual wolf prosthetic, and it's really covered, and he and I would imagine that it took too long.
No, I read.
Oh, what was it?
His allergic reaction.
Oh, he had an allergic reaction?
Yeah, and it was too much. So he was like, you know what? I ain't doing it. And then they went into a real... I won't even say LBP. LBP is way better. Ski Wolf is better than that thing.
Yeah, it's literally just some hair.
Yeah.
Here.
And
a patch here.
Hair.
Crazy Wolverine hair.
And some teeth.
And some eyes.
Yeah. No, you're right. He did have eyes.
He did have eyes every now and again.
Fingers and stuff.
Fingers, teeth, and that's it.
He's a real werewolf of Ohio.
So the prosthetics were gone. But that's good. That's good to know. I just figured because it was a television show and they had...
We got to turn this around.
They got to do shit fast, and
Yeah.
it might have taken too long and all that stuff. But, it's silly. It definitely looks ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
But it just became... And that was in the first season. So it's not like we had that full prosthetic for very long. It was a few episodes.
That's
and then
it.
it was like, whoa, he's... Okay.
Yeah.
That's it. All right. But even back then, to me, I was like, oh, they must just have been, maybe lazy, didn't want to do it. It was a little too much for the show, and they said, nah, let's
the budget.
do it. But yeah, and there's like, the B characters. If Tommy, Lori, and Merton were the A characters, then there was always a bunch of B characters. There was Merton's sister.
Yep.
There was
Timmy and Tommy.
Tommy's brother.
Oh, Tommy's brother, yeah. Dean.
Who did nothing.
Yeah, he watched TV.
He just sat and watched and ate. That's all he did. And his shtick was always the same. Shut up, little brother. I'm watching, whatever. And then he'd laugh and shove shit in his mouth. It was always, I'm watching this. And it would be like, Mary Tyler Moore or like Gilligan's Island. Or so, he would mention like, something like that. The Brady kids are blah, 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 blah.
There was a lot of, when I was rereading the info on IMDb, there was a lot of the same type of joke. So, like, for Merton, it would be like, he would mention Apocalypse Now, and then Tommy would be like, oh, what happened in the movie? And he's like, oh, well, at the Oscars, they snubbed him, and blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, the plot, Merton.
Yeah.
Every episode.
Yeah, that happened all the time.
How are we going to get out of this? Or did we just say that?
That we just said that.
We just said
that. Yeah. We said it a lot while watching the show.
Right, yeah.
How are they gonna get out of this one? There was good shit.
Cameos.
Oh yeah, plenty of cameos. Both the Coreys have been on the show.
Story arc with the Coreys.
Season 2 had Haim in a beautiful title called "Blame It on the Haim," and then season 3 had Feldman. But there were other little cameos here and there. A lot of Canadian people. I noticed later when I got into Degrassi: The Next Generation.
There's people in there.
There would be,
That makes sense.
Crew and people and characters and things like that. That I was like, wait, that guy was on Big Wolf or whatever. Yeah, it was fun. It's a Canadian show, so you're gonna see some Canadian faces. I'm surprised that they weren't eating poutine all the time, but it was supposed to be in a any town USA called Pleasantville.
They're Pleasantville, yeah.
Yeah, and they had their Max, they had their Bronze. It was called The Factory.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it was very much like Buffy, like season 1 of Buffy, where they just go to the same cemetery and have the fights. These guys go to gazebo, like in the town hall center.
Yeah, the small little.
They're like, oh, let's just have all of our fights in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Very much like that. Yeah. But, you know, a lot of it takes place just in the high school, in the hallways as well, and a lot of good horror references.
Yeah, it was just it's a show that to this day I still really enjoy.
It's very funny.
It is on Encore Plus on YouTube.
Okay.
You can watch the first 2 seasons, and they're in great quality. And of course, I took them.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly putting them on Blu-ray.
So that I can have them.
Yes. And so we can just watch them whenever we want.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. It's a great... and you know, being 43 now, I'm catching more things, you know, than I did in my 20s. A few more, like...
20 years ago, this show.
I know! A few more innuendos and things of that nature that...
Stephen DeKnight mixed in there?
May have went over the heads at that point, but we caught a lot of things. Like Hugh G. Balzac.
Yeah.
We did catch things even then and laughed quite a bit.
Yeah, well, plus in Canada, you can get away with more than you can in America.
Yeah, but it was supposed to be a kid's
show. I know
show.
it is, but...
but they, they were sly.
Yeah.
They did some very funny things and put them in there for older people to enjoy.
I appreciate that.
And I would like to, I would like to see if we could get a hold of Danny Smith at some point and do like a Zoom or something and talk to him about this show and see if he would agree to it.
Hey man, it's been 20 years.
Because I really would love to hear stories, and I follow him on Instagram.
I follow him too. I follow all of them actually. All 3
Oh really?
Of them. Oh yeah.
Okay. I just do Danny Smith, but maybe I should.
Well, I mean, Brandon
stalk.
Quinn is more like, model and working out and all that kind of bullshit. Yeah. But
what's Amy Castle doing?
She's a TV host, like Mario Lopez is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she does
Canada?
that. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we gotta go see her.
I mean, she wanted to get us on the show, actually.
Of course.
On E.T. or whatever they call it in Canada.
We're gross and lascivious. I remember. It was great.
I did see your website.
I wanted to be with you guys. You guys seemed really cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but I would really love to. Like, I know that Danny Smith is very. He embraces it. He doesn't make fun of it. He doesn't shy away from it.
Yeah.
He does a lot of Q&As on his Instagram, and people will always ask.
Big Wolf stuff.
Yeah, Big Wolf stuff, and I have read where he says, Big Wolf was the best time I ever had making anything.
What about the big hit?
Come on.
That's what we want to talk about.
Come on. He's in the big hit, and he's hilarious. But come on.
No, I know. I'm sure on that show,
3 years
he probably
of
had
television.
a hell of a fun time.
Yeah.
And longer for him. 3 years for us. He was going through the motions and everything.
Yeah.
I don't know what they are in Canada. They might be gods up there. People might have Big Wolf tattoos.
Maybe. That would be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
Why don't you have one?
I do, actually.
You know what? You should get, a metamorphosis.
Of changing?
Well, of,
me changing
Tommy's wolf going into...
Skew?
Going into Ski Wolf, going into...
Scott.
Michael J. Fox as Teen Wolf, and then Teen Ape. Starts with wolves and ends with an ape.
That would be good.
It'd be hilarious.
Dances with apes.
Yeah. So do you remember anything particular out of the show that you always sort of remember? Something that you just has always stuck in there when you think of Big Wolf?
I mean, definitely the shitty techno music that played every time they fought. That it was the same garbage music every time.
Oh, it was that time though. Like that period of time had really.
I mean,
shit
it did
music.
have shitty music, but the fighting was always horrible. It was
Definitely.
always very laughable and
Yeah.
very much like
Terribly choreographed.
let's just get this done. So it happened and it's over.
That's like one of my movies. Let's just get back to the comedy.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Yeah.
skip all this
Like,
stupid
let's
shit.
get done with this fake choreographed fighting. But you know, just the team, the three teams, the three amigos is always a really fun time seeing them together and making memories.
Yeah. You know, I wish I wonder if we could like search for that site.
I have looked.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, there's.
Did we deliberately take it down?
I don't know about that one because maybe I didn't look for that. I definitely looked for LBP site because there is a website that's like old GeoCity sites. Like they still exist. You just have to find some metadata or some bullshit. And
Yeah.
And we can look again. I don't. It's been a long time.
Well, someone showed me a little bit ago that there was the skeleton of the LBP site
Okay.
still up there somewhere, and I
Yeah.
saw it and I was like, oh my god, like I remember this. So
Yeah.
I wonder if the skeleton of the Big Wolf site is out there somewhere, and you can read.
Did this go through the LBP site?
I can't
Or was
remember,
it
man.
So, because that's the other thing, right? The old internet was like, we didn't pay for it.
Yeah, you linked to everything.
But I'm saying, like, we didn't, like, now you have to pay for
Yeah, man. I
whatever
don't know.
.com.
I don't know. It was. We weren't thinking, man.
Well, no.
Yeah,
Who the fuck knew back
forward
then?
thinking.
Who knows? Yeah.
But we should have been. You know?
But yeah, what do you think about?
First and foremost, it is nostalgic. It's a real. Again, so much was happening at the same time as that show. So it's lumped in with all this crazy stuff that was going on. It was a very creative and
Like, for us, you mean?
productive
Oh, my.
time of life.
It was, like, the most productive.
It was very, very full. And a lot was happening, and it was a time of a lot of laughing and comedy and silliness.
Wait,
And
when did you move to Long Island?
that was in 2000.
Okay, but it wasn't.
But I came back. You know,
No, I know.
I remember I came back and we went right back to work.
No, I know. I guess I was thinking, like, it was during this time, though, that
Oh, yeah.
Big Wolf was on.
Yeah, yeah.
So, interesting. I guess we didn't watch it together.
Everything was happening, man. It was a whirlwind of craziness and creativity. You know, at the same time, Mr. Show was ending, and that was huge for us. And
Mr. Show is all over those movies.
Freaks and Geeks was happening, and everything was
Yeah.
happening, and the movies were getting noticed, and the stuff that we were doing, as I'm saying movies, I'm saying the movies that we were making were getting noticed, and it was a very fertile and crazy time. And so first, when I think of Big Wolf, I think of those times. I just think, what a crazy time. What an awesome, happy time. And then I immediately always think of Tommy Dawkins, Now You're Talkins. Quotes. I'll think of these quotes, things that they said in the show or things that happened in the show, and I'll think of that stuff, and that stuff's funny. And then I just remember scenes. I remember certain episodes. I remember there was like it was either a 2 or 3-parter, and it was something like the Manchurian Werewolf or something like that, and Lori was turning.
Yep.
Remember, and it was like
There's a cult.
a whole like underground like group of these.
It's a werewolf like syndicate.
Yeah, and they wanted Tommy to be a part of the group.
Yeah,
and he was not having it, and they took Lori, and then Lori changed and all this stuff. It was just crazy, and I remember that stuff. I remember that was like a cliffhanger.
What's gonna happen?
Yeah. I remember that stuff. And I mean, really, Merton. You know, Merton was probably our favorite character.
Well, for sure.
He was crazy, ridiculous. He was right up our alley. He would have hung out.
He would have hung out, yeah.
Or rather, we would have hung out with him. But you know, that dynamic was really fun. Like because you got a lot of laughs out of Tommy's stupidness. You know, his dumbass shit. He said a lot of dumb shit. But not because he was stupid.
No,
but just
wasn't
because he
stupid.
didn't know. He didn't know of things, so he just said things the way that he thought things were.
Yeah.
But the comedy played off well with Merton, and then Lori was like a great straight person.
She was a straight person.
You know, she was like the conduit to make the three of them work.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I just think it's a really fun show. I really love the show still to this day. And,
yeah. I can't wait for all of them to be available again because it's been...
Well, I mean, we're okay. Listen, these are good quality.
Yeah.
You know?
No, but I'm saying they're not all out there yet, right?
I'm still waiting for season 3.
That's what I'm saying.
They gotta
I can't
upload
wait
season
till
3.
all of this stuff is out.
And then we will have all of it, and it'll be a great day.
Stephen DeKnight went on to do Crod Mandoon and the...
What are you talking about? His name wasn't Stephen DeKnight.
What's his name?
Stephen DeKnight
No,
was
not Stephen DeKnight. What's his name? Stephen A. Knight?
That would be hilarious if he went...
What is his name?
If he went on to do Crod Mandoon.
And, hold on here. It's not Stephen DeKnight. I just had it.
That badass fool going on. First of all, doing Big Wolf.
Well, everyone has to start somewhere.
Well, Buffy, right? Was Buffy his Steven's first shit? I don't know.
So.
Was it
early on? Yeah. Peter Knight. Peter Knight did Crod Mandoon and the Flaming Sword.
And they're probably like, "What the fuck is Crod Mandoon?" So that was a show that the creator of Big Wolf went on to create on Comedy Central, right?
Yeah.
And we enjoyed it.
It was one of the first times I remember seeing Kevin Hart. Before
it was called Crod Mandoon and the Flaming Sword of Fire.
Yeah.
And it was one season.
Yeah,
it's
not even...
ridiculous show.
Yeah, it's probably like 10 episodes or something.
Very stupid, but we enjoyed it. It was just, it was, you know, it was kind of poking fun at, like, Hercules and Xena and things like that, and let me know if you remember.
I would be interested to know that. That's the deep cut.
You can get it on DVD, although it might be out of print, I don't know. But that also was a very fun show. Wasn't as good as Big Wolf.
No. But we liked it.
But it was, we did.
We still liked it.
Yeah, Crod Mandoon.
And now he's like a producer on Big Mouth.
Oh yeah?
And BoJack.
I could see that.
And
I get that.
He's on both of those. So.
That's fun. Good for him.
Good, yeah, exactly. He's on like 2 like critically acclaimed shows. So, you know, like we said, the other guys, they've shown up. Danny Smith.
He's an artist. He's a musician and an artist.
I think he's more like that.
He's very, you know, he loves the art and finding the art of things. And, but he seems to have, you know, still a good sense of humor and, you know, I mean, certainly must be in there. He's a good actor. Every character he played was
He's a good actor. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's still out there auditioning and whatnot and getting little things here and there, but mostly it's his art and his music.
Yeah. And then, like I said, Brandon Quinn will show up. He'll just show up from time to time on things, and he does commercials, and I have seen him just show up.
Yeah.
But Entourage, I'll have to. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. I'll get there. I'm almost there. Man, Big Wolf on Campus.
Yeah.
Gotta find that website.
Maybe you sleuths out there will be able to
oh my god,
dig
if you could find that.
and
those stories.
give us a great laugh again. I wish I could remember some of the stuff we wrote. It was...
he did break dancing. Every single one.
Yeah. But we wrote some really tremendously offensive things that happened in the world of Big Wolf.
Probably.
Oh, I know I did. And there was, sex and all sorts of Lori stuff, and I mean, it was a mess.
Yeah.
But I would love to read it again. we would probably be crying laughing.
Positive we would be.
But before I go, I want to do a quick little haul.
Oh,
nothing too crazy. But I did get finally when I pre-ordered on the Hasbro site the new G.I. Joe line. This is a retro hiss with a hiss driver.
Cobra enemy.
But this is a vintage hiss box, all that good stuff. Pre-ordered in July, and it finally came last.
Yeah, right, in October.
Yeah. So I will be opening this and putting it with the other G.I. Joe stuff that I have. Now these were gifts. These were gifts by our good pal, Matt Brassfield.
Oh, really?
The Werewolf of Ohio himself.
Ah.
So, to add to my Food Fighter collection, we have Terror Taco.
How many are in this line?
It's like 10.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't remember it being super...
Maybe 12, but I think it's 10. I think it's 5 on each side.
Okay.
Good side, bad side. Then we got Sergeant Scoop. But the thing about this Sergeant Scoop, Casey, is that this is the variant.
He's smiling.
No, the color. The original Sergeant Scoop is chocolate. And this is sherbet. And this is the one that is harder to find and goes for like $200 on eBay.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
And Matt had it?
And now it's mine.
No, but...
Matt Brassfield.
No, stop it.
Yes.
How did he... Like, he grew up with this and he gave it to you?
No. He has a store.
Oh.
And he put things aside for me that he knew I would want.
Okay, that's cool. I know this, yeah.
Trying to... Now I am almost complete with all of my Real Ghostbusters recollection. Thanks to Matt. And thanks to you know who you are if you still watch our channel. But I finally have Fearsome Flush from the Real Ghostbusters.
Spooky!
It is back in my life from so many years ago. Thank you, Matt. And then this is a character I have wanted to recollect for my Masters line. I loved this character growing up. He was my favorite bad guy. A lot of my He-Man were destroyed and gone
because of him.
Pissed off to God knows where. Just who knows. So I've been recollecting only the stuff that I grew up with, and I have desperately wanted a complete Hordak back in my life. And now, thanks to Matt Brassfield, I have complete Hordak with his cape, with his weapons, and with the mini comic that came with him.
Will you open it?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to pose him with the other guys. Absolutely. It's not like it's a carded figure.
No, I know.
But he's in great shape.
He is in great shape. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, well, I want to pose these guys. I want to play with them. I don't want to keep them in a package. So, yeah. So that's my little haul.
That's a good haul.
It's awesome. It knocks some more shit down on my list of things that I wanted.
What happens when you reach the end? Do you just stop shooting? You're just like, the channel's done. I've collected it all.
No. Of recollect?
Of recollect.
Nothing. Now I'll just go to modern 80s stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
or go after the things that I wanted and never got. Like
Yeah.
the Imperial shuttle from the Return of the Jedi Kenner line that I want badly, never got, and that would be amazing. So, you know, there's still things out there. It's never going to end.
I know. Well, I'm just asking, of course. Who you
Never going to end. But there's going to be plenty of stuff for us to talk about in a Crept from the
I feel
80s.
like you haven't even scratched the surface.
Well, there's so much stuff.
Well, it has. You know what it is? This is the second Halloween, but I don't think the show is 2 years until like April of next year, right? No.
No,
When did it start?
2018.
Yeah. Okay.
it'll be 3 years.
So 3 years in April or March or
Yeah.
around there.
Well, technically,
Well,
A Crept from
if
the
you wanna
80s
say.
started in 2016.
Okay.
The very first episode we ever did was 2016.
Okay.
That was you and me when the horror room was upstairs in the very top where the 80s room is now.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
That was the very, and really, you know,
Yeah.
materialize and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
Those are wild times.
So, technically, The Crept from the 80s has been around since 2016, but the new incarnation was almost 3 years ago. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's it, guys. Big Wolf on Campus. Let us know
I definitely want to know anyone who watched this
If
show.
you guys
and
did,
I want
you
to
know,
talk to you.
It didn't matter if you're younger than us or if you
definitely
if you were
younger.
our age and you still watch the show, because you know, like I said, I was in my 20s. He was right behind me, and we were still loving and enjoying and watching the show.
Yeah.
Let us know if you know Crodman Dune. Let us know if you hated Stacy
Oh my god.
and wanted to sensually rub up on Lori like we did.
As she kicks us in the face.
Yes, as she beats us up
Yeah.
lovingly, erotically. Did you love Merton? Did you hate Merton?
Ah.
With Tommy Dawkins, were you Dawkins? So let us know, folks, and thank you for watching
Yeah.
one of these spooky, October Halloween-themed episodes of A Crept from the 80s. There's plenty more to watch where that came from. A whole month's worth of fun coming your way. And so thank you. Thank you for the new subscribers.
Yes.
Thank you for the people who are commenting and letting us know that you're enjoying the channel.
Mm-hmm.
There's some hardcore fans out there who keep commenting and keep letting us know that they've enjoyed each episode. And
We'll have to do a live
we
show
love
soon.
that. Oh, we will be doing a live show. I think right now we're sitting at 942 subscribers.
The live show brings at least 12 more subscribers.
Well, we got to do another. We got to do another live show.
Yes.
Once we get to that 1,000.
We'll do a massive live show.
Oh my God, we will do another live show. It'll
We'll
be
do-
so live that it'll be live.
Let's do an It Creptathon where they can call in live and we can bring them on the air.
Oh, that would be wild. We got to figure out how we can do that.
We'll just do a Google Voice number.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they can call us.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
We can. I'm saying we can do it.
Be good times. Okay, folks.
Okay.
So thanks again for watching and for,
Hitting subscribe,
yep.
hitting that bell, letting us know what you think in the comments.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thanks again, and we'll see you on another spookily, pandemically erotic episode of A Crept from the 80s. Ow!